Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey friends! Okay, so this vlog is just going to be about the application process and some tips and tricks that I think might help you get accepted into the Disney college program. P.S. Sorry, I look really gross. I just got out of the shower. Okay, let's get started. So, I wanted to get this out before applications opened, but as a lot of you probably know, they opened for the fall 2017 program today, January 23rd. So good luck to all of you that are applying. I hope this helps. If not, I tried. So let's get started. So with the first step is just your basic application. You're putting in your name, your school, like literally just the basic stuff. Then you get to the part where you rank your top roles. When I did the application, it actually asked specifically first for lifeguard, quick service, housekeeping, and custodial, how high or low my interests were for that, and then it told me to do the other roles. So when I ranked the roles, I probably had about 5 high interests, and I only had 2 no interests and a few low interests, because you don't want that many, because that only gives Disney this much of a window, if that makes sense. So if you're only let's say you only have 3 high interests and 3 moderate, you're only giving them 6 roles for them to really choose from. But also keep in mind that you can be placed in your low interest roles as well. They will still consider you for those roles. Like Trinity, my roommate, she didn't want quick service food and beverage, so she put low interest in it, but that's what she got. So it's really hard to say. I was lucky enough and actually got my top role. I don't know how often that happens, but it happened to me, so I got lucky, I guess. But okay, so after you submit the initial application, you'll either be put into in progress or in submission. If you are put into in progress, that usually means you're going to get an email to take the web-based interview shortly after that. The web-based interview, it's really nothing to stress about. It's really fairly simple. It's basically just a personality test. They want to see how you act in certain situations, what you're going to do in the work field. I don't really know. But you're basically answering strongly agree and strongly disagree to all of the questions, or highly interested, low interested, or I think the other one was most like me, least like me type of thing. So it's fairly simple. Don't stress about it too much, but the questions are timed, so make sure you're watching that. But make sure you're honest and just think about what Disney wants to hear, and be smart. You know what's good in the work field, so just use those in your answers and in your decisions. I know most people or most companies, when they do these tests, or whoever does these kinds of things, they don't want to see answers that are in the middle, like neutral answers. They want to see that you strongly agree or strongly disagree, and you are strong in your decision. You're not wishy-washy with them. So I think sticking to one end of the spectrum or the other is definitely a thing to keep in mind. So after your web-based interview, you will either pass or fail. If you pass, you'll get to schedule a phone interview. I was lucky enough and got to schedule it immediately after the web-based interview, and I got to schedule it for about a week afterwards or so. So that was nice. The phone interview, I stressed about so much. There's really nothing to stress about. The cast members at Disney are so nice, and so they just make you feel so comfortable with it. I know when I was preparing for my phone interview, I had a list of potential questions that I read over just to kind of prepare myself. I know in my interview, they only asked about one of my top roles, maybe. Yeah, I think it was only one. And all the other roles we talked about, I had low interest in. So I was very nervous that I was going to be put into one of those roles, because all we talked about, really, we talked about lifeguard a lot, we talked about quick service a lot, and we talked about, it was some other random one, I don't remember what it was, but the only top role we actually talked about that I had was character performer, because it involved auditions and that kind of stuff. But other than that, we only talked about my low interest roles, which is fine. Obviously, it worked in my favor. Like I said, we only talked about those roles, but I was put into my top role, so it could be good or bad, I guess. I know one specific question that is asked to everyone usually is, what are you going to take from the Disney College program? How are you going to use it in real life? What are you going to gain from this experience? If you know me, you know my goal in life is to work for Walt Disney Studios or Pixar Animation Studios. So doing the Disney College program is hopefully the first step in the right direction for this. And that's how I kind of answered that question, that it was going to help me with my long-term goals and in the work field in general, really. You're going to gain skills that are relevant to any job that you're going to have. But specifically for me, I have goals with the company, so that's what I used for that answer. And then after your phone interview, which lasted about 20 minutes for me, it can range 15 to 20, and when you set your time, I think mine was set for like noon, I don't remember. It was set at like noon, but they can call you 15 minutes prior to that time or 15 minutes after. So make sure you have like a good hour-ish window, because I know my interviewer called 5 minutes after my time, so you just have to be open and ready for them to call. And make sure you have good service, because you don't want the phone to die out or you drop the call or something during your interview. That would suck. So after that, some people, depending on when you applied, I applied the first day that applications came out, had my phone interview the very next week. So I didn't find out that I was accepted until over a month later, when I think I was in the second or third big wave of acceptance emails. So you might be waiting a long time to hear back. But if you wait until later to apply, you might hear back 2 days later that you're accepted. So it's kind of up in the air about when you'll hear back. I know at the end of my phone interview, she said I would find out in mid-October, but I actually found out at the end of September. So there's really no say in exactly when they're going to come out. But, you know, that's just how it goes. Good luck to all of you applying for the fall program. I am starting my program 2 weeks from today, so I'm really excited. If you guys have any more questions about the application process or anything about the Disney College program in general, comment it down below and I will try to answer your questions best as possible. See you real soon!